Para business leaders dan intellectual business community, kita lanjutkan dalam segmen ketiga diskusi kita hari ini. Episode pertama kita membicarakan tentang Garuda Indonesia Balancing Act bersama dengan Emil Syahsatar, CEO dari Garuda Indonesia, dan kita mengambil artikel dari Harvard Business Review bulan Juli Agustus tahun 2010 berjudul Excuse Balancing Act. Tujuannya adalah mengcompare Garuda Indonesia dengan Singapore Airlines supaya kita bisa ada benchmark. Pak Emir, tadi kita sudah membicarakan seems that everything went well dengan Garuda Indonesia. Pertanyaannya kenapa IPO kemarin tuh can be rated not successful?
Okay, first of all gini, kita mesti tahu what are the function of each parties in IPO. You got the management, you got the underwriters, you got the shareholders.
Okay.
Management, they're supposed to prepare bahwa everybody, this company ini like to go public.
Right.
We've made a business plan, etc. Underwriter, they're supposed to advise the shareholders when to go public and how much and what's the price.
Right.
Right? And shareholder will decide.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, because of market, because of what the advice is, whatever it is, itu the timing was just not correct lah. As you know, waktu when we go public itu setelah
ada right issue-nya.
No, not right issue. Before that, there was another BUMN yang considered the price was too low.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That has an impact. Udah gitu at that time there was a right issues also. You said two banks, you know. Yeah,
big banks.
Big banks also. And on top of that, waktu itu juga market was plummeting juga. Iya kan? Nah, those are the decisions yang harus dibuat. Tapi in the eyes of Garuda, in the eyes of Garuda, it's a successful IPO.
Ini ukurannya apa?
IPO, why?
Ukurannya apa? Jadi
we sold less shares, and we got enough the funds that we want. Right? Right? Yeah, I mean, because what people say, you know, because apa namanya, the underwriter was the one who's supposed to calculate. You know, ya kan? Dari itu kita mesti lihat tugas masing-masing ini apa gitu. Nggak bisa. So many people ask me, you know, in the press, Pak, what are you gonna do with the price? I said, I cannot influence the price.
Yeah,
market is market.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is whatever I propose, I promise in the prospectus, I'm doing it. Nah, that's why kita sekarang we add new aircraft, we Citylink kita perbesar, because that was all in the prospectus.
Okay. Sekarang tadi you said that capitalization dari 1,5 waktu IPO sampai sekarang 1,2.
Yeah.
So capitalization turun. What happened?
If you look at it, okay, Garuda went down also. Tapi look at other shares juga dong. Other shares went down also. Hanya mungkin Garuda lebih besar turunnya.
Oh ya.
Tetapi market is going down.
Oh ya, tapi market going down is 5%.
No. Look. Because I have some investments. Hari ini turun sampai 20%.
Oh ya, tapi maksudnya on average indeks kita lihat dari 4.000-an sampai sekarang 3.800 lebih ya. But
Garuda is, I think it's just a timing waktu itu. Tapi if you ask, can we postpone it? That's another issue. If you postpone it, that means the growth yang kita mau quantum leap ini, the funds that we need to grow, nggak akan ada kan? Ya kan? And then we have so it's a decision that you have to take. And I think for me,
you said that kapitalisasi yang turun itu bukan reflection dari operational performance.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
bukan karena juga efek dari announcement of the loss of the first semester.
Itu enggak. Waktu keluar 750, right? Immediately that week juga turun kan harganya. About 400. Habis itu keluar lagi, turun lagi, market lagi sekarang lagi down lagi. Tapi sekarang naik lagi loh. It went down as low as 440. Now it's 490 today.
Okay.
Iya kan?
Ya, itu market short term fluctuations lah ya.
But that's 10%. That's not fluctuation. 440 to 490, that's not fluctuation. Iya kan? Nah, tapi gini, that's why I think the market is now very volatile. Yeah, and I can see the pressure also bahwa airline itu kan salah satu faktor is fuel.
Ya.
Tapi if you look at analyst report, we get analyst report not from domestic, tapi from big houses. Garuda itu bukan sell, Garuda itu hold.
Okay.
I've got other airlines yang
better positions,
sell. Yeah. Betul. So I think Papa, you want to buy an airline now? Buy Garuda shares. It's a good price.
They said hold, not buy. Different.
At least don't sell your shares.
Okay, don't sell my shares. Okay. Para business leaders dan intellectual business community, kita harus rangkumkan dulu episode pertama diskusi kita, yang kebanyakan kita diskusi tentang financial performance dari Garuda Indonesia. Kita bandingkan dengan SQ. Ya, kita tidak membandingkan financial performance SQ dan Garuda Indonesia, walaupun tadi di compare sedikit oleh Pak Emir tentang bagaimana ESG-nya SQ dan ESG-nya Garuda Indonesia, tetapi kebanyakan kita bandingkan tentang operational performance dari Garuda Indonesia yang menjadi latar belakang dari financial performance Garuda Indonesia. Dan tadi kita sudah bicarakan juga bagaimana hal ini kita cek dengan market valuations tentang karena harga saham sebenarnya adalah cerminan dari para pelaku pasar tentang evaluasi dari financial performance dari suatu company. Dan kita lihat dari jawaban Pak Emil tadi, mungkin masalahnya bukan di operational, tapi adalah masalah di hal-hal yang lain yang membuat operational performance ini seakan-akan tertutupi oleh financial performance yang looks not good. Tapi sesungguhnya kalau kita gali lebih lanjut, bahwa sebenarnya lebih baik dibandingkan semester 1 tahun yang lalu. Ya, saya juga agak bingung kenapa kalau di business airlines itu semester satunya pasti rugi katanya, atau apa pasti lebih jelek dibandingkan semester kedua. Kalau gitu mungkin semester 1 kita tutup aja airline-nya gitu. Semester kedua kita baru buka gitu. Tapi kita akan gali lebih lanjut dengan Pak Emir tentang hal-hal ini di dalam episode berikutnya, di episode minggu depan. Kita summary-kan dulu episode hari ini, dan demikian summary dari episode hari ini. Saya Dr. Bayu Prawirahi, Executive Director Intellectual Business Community. Kita jumpa lagi dalam program The CEO Reference berikutnya. Terima kasih.